We're a little over a week into the start of the 98th legislature, and I believe it's a good time for a little introspection. And I'd like to kick off this introspection with a pretty simple question. Why are you here? Why did you subject yourselves, your family, and your friends to the lies, character assassinations, and hardships of all sorts that are all too often associated with running for elected office? Are you here because you like being called senator? Are you here because you like the power and prestige that goes along with the title sometimes? Perhaps your motives are more noble. Perhaps you've seen bad government in action and want to make sure that the bad policies are replaced with good policies. Perhaps members of your community lobbied for you to be their voice in Lansing because they respect you. Perhaps you simply want to serve others. Many of you may have started out your public service with the noblest of intentions. Is that still what drives you today? Politicians consistently poll in the single digits when citizens are asked which professions they trust. This lack of trust translates into a lack of trust in our political system. A political system that has brought us, our nation, unparalleled prosperity, a precious spirit of generosity, and status as a beacon of hope for the rest of the world. We need to restore trust in our political system. Well, this is no small task. This is the mission that motivates me to serve. We need to move beyond politics as usual and foster a political environment that restores the public's trust in our system of government. Too often in Lansing, we find ourselves caught up in a cesspool of playground politics, filled with false narratives, whisper campaigns, and attempts to elevate oneself by demeaning another. We are better than this. Together we can convert Lansing into an environment that promotes nobler virtues worthy of our proud American heritage, worthy of today's electorate, and worthy of our posterity. Virtues such as honesty and integrity, virtues such as freedom, virtues such as a promotion of the idea that the citizens deserve the best solutions to the problems that we face, not simply a solution that benefits only an influential subset of our citizens. It was painful whenever I encountered people on the campaign trail who had given up on our system of government, who had given up on the promise of a government that they could trust, who had given up on the idea that any politician would put the best interests of their constituents above their own self-interest, who had given up on the idea that elected officials would legislate in a manner consistent with their campaign promises. At risk is the very concept of living under a government that is of the people, for the people, and by the people. Each of us recently reaffirmed the following oath. I do solemnly swear that I support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of State Senator according to the best of my ability, so help me God. Please note that we did not swear an oath to serve our own best interests. We did not swear an oath to serve our favorite lobbying group. We did not swear an oath to serve a specific individual. We took an oath under God with our hands on the Bible to serve the best interests of we the people. The same Bible tells us that no servant can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. I am asking each of us, including myself, to reflect upon a simple question. Whom are you serving? Are you serving the best interests of all of our citizens? If not, why not? Are you afraid? Are you afraid to speak up for what you know in your heart is right? Are you afraid of being ridiculed or misrepresented in the media? Are you afraid that you simply may not be up to the task? Well, I implore each and every one of you, I know you, do not be afraid. For God gave us a spirit not of timidity or fear. He gave us a spirit of power, of love, and of self-control. I believe that is how we are called to serve. Now, in today's political environment, so often driven by self-interest, there doesn't seem to be any room for the pursuit of ideals bigger than oneself. We can change that. Together, we can provide our citizens with the quality of public service that truly earns the salutation of honorable. And it all starts with answering a simple question with complete honesty: whom do you serve?